What is going on, YouTube? What's good? Um, all right, so yeah, this is supposed to be a bike check video, but I don't feel right just going straight into a bike check without giving a little, oh, kind of call it prelude as to why I have this motorcycle. Um, it would be disrespectful for me to not do this. Um, As it says in, I'm sure, the video title that I'll put on there, this is a 2004 Harley-Davidson Electra Glide Ultra Classic. This was my dad's bike. It was for, he didn't buy it new, he bought it used, but it was kind of, it was his introduction to the Harley brand. He had had a lot of bikes before that, mostly metric kind of stuff, whatever. But anyway, that's not what's important here. He bought this bike, and it not only got him into the Harley brand, it also got our, kind of call it, family into the Harley brand. Um, it got us going to, we would go to bike nights together. We would go to shows. We visit the Harley dealership all the time. All the normal stuff that Harley people do, right? So he told me to come borrow the bike at one point. I had always ridden sport bikes myself. As I said, Pops rode motorcycles, had me into motorcycles. I was I was sport bike, and on a sport bike, you can't go anywhere less than 100 miles an hour. So why would I want a Harley? Why would I be interested in a Harley? Well, one day, Pops, he asked me to go pick up the Electra Glide to get a state inspection. That is a thing that we have to do here in Missouri. But grudgingly, I went over. I think I had the wife drop me off, and I picked up the bike, went up, had it inspected, and he had said, "I'll just take it back to your house, bring it back to my house," and he would come get it when he was back in town. So I did that. He knew I would hate it, and I did. I told him I hated it. I said it was like, getting on the Electra Glide was like riding a cow, in my opinion. And that's what I've told many people over the years. But he had an agenda. He knew it was going to be sitting at the house, and he knew me well enough that I was going to take it back out again. And I did. I had it here for 4 or 5 days probably, and every day I would take it back out. It was kind of nice not having to go triple digits everywhere. It was kind of nice just being able to cruise. It was a comfortable motorcycle. You weren't getting beat up by the wind. You had a little radio. You could listen to CDs and the whatnot. All of the things that I was unaccustomed to being a sport bike guy. So, fast forward a little bit, I'm like, okay, this isn't quite so bad. So one day he asked me to meet him, and we go out and we look at a wrecked Road King. That's the bike that there's another video on it. Go look at my other bike check. The Road King is a thing, but we found this bike sitting in a garage, not a barn find kind of thing, but whatever. And good price, and he kind of looked at me and he's like, "Can you fix this?" And even though I'm kind of mechanical, I guess, I sort of lied. I didn't know anything about Harleys. I'm like, "Sure, I'll fix it." So we got it. We brought it over to my house, and that's what really started the Harley thing within our friends and family group. I went through, redid the Road King. He'd come over and help. His friends would come over. My friends would come over, and it was kind of a, let's hang out in the garage while Brad works on our bikes, and it was just a friends thing. It was just a way for us to all hang out, and it was a common interest that kind of tied us all in together. Well, without getting too crazy into it, this went on for a long time. We did the whole Harley thing, and Pops kind of fell ill. He didn't fall ill. He just started having health issues that were keeping him from getting on the bike. So um, over the years, I had borrowed the Electra Glide several times, and I just borrowed it again and started doing things to it. Everything that was on the bike that didn't need to be there, all of the extra lights, the tour pack, anything that I could do to lighten this bike up, I lowered it. I put a different seat on it. I was trying to do things to get the bike to a condition where he would feel comfortable going, throwing a leg back over it. I would kind of hip him to what was going on with it. I would show him a couple pictures or whatever. I told him, I was over at his house one day, and he's like, well, what else are you going to do to it? And I said, well, if it were me, I would paint it. I said, it's not that I'm not a fan of the color. I'm just not a fan of all the pinstripes that come with Electra Glides. And I told him this, and he just kind of scoffed at me. Well, had the bike almost to the point where I thought it was going to be kind of rideable for him, and he passed away. So he didn't get to see it. So shortly after that, the bike became mine. And I finished it just to the way that I had intended to before he passed. Even though the bike's in my name, I got the title, all of that kind of stuff. Still not my bike. It's still borrowed. It's still Pop's bike. And it kind of always will be. So, if you sat through all of this, I appreciate it. I'll get on to the bike check thing, which is what you're all here for. But so just the day this video is going up, would have been his birthday. Okay, here's a couple images of what the bike looked like before I went at it, and here we are. This is what the bike looks like right now. I'm just going to try to hit a description of this that kind of lines up with the video. We'll see how this goes. This is unscripted. Color, it is a rose gold. I was trying to go with a salmon metallic, and this was about the closest that I could get that I liked. Here we are. We got upgraded brakes. We went with the Harley Brembos. 21-inch front 50-spoke Mototech fat spoke wheel. Looking at the engine there, we have the airfoil collection, timer and air filter cover. Bags are from a 14 and up with the speaker kit. The entire audio system on the bike is all done with Cicada audio, amplifier, speakers, the whole shenanigans. Um, got the Harley badge, upper fork covers. Forks are from Willie Shiny. They were sent in chromed and upgraded. When I did the front brakes to the Brembos, also swapped over to the 11.8 inch rotors. All of the front, the extra front passing lamps are taken off. If you saw the little windshield trim on there, it has the turn signals built in to keep the front end clean. Hill Country handlebars, 14-inch ape hangers. You might have noticed that I also had the switch housings painted when the paint was done. Back end of the bike, notice the license plate, as I said in the introduction here. This bike will always be the bike I'm borrowing from Pops. So I had that put on the plate. Flipping around here again, hand controls. Got the Coke bottle style grips, flat out engine guard. That wasn't supposed to fit on an 04. I made it fit. The waterfall horn covers on there from the newer bikes. I try to do like an OEM plus look. There's a little bit better look of of where the turn signals are incorporated into that windshield bar. Got the split view mirrors so that you can see. Got the different footboards, same footboards that I got on my other bike, and the airfoil primary cover. Exhaust is S&S True Dual headers with Vance and Hines Monster ovals. All of the turn signals on the back. I put the Street Glide turn signals on there, and the smoked lens for the tail light. A Street Glide dash from a newer bike. Cables are all upgraded. The radio's a power acoustic. It actually has CarPlay, which is kind of nice. It's one of the few single DIN units that you can get that's reliable, and it's kind of cool because you can customize your wallpaper on it. And I got custom wallpaper. The license plate bracket is custom. Had the little fillers in there. Got Saddleman seat. Engine work on it. It is bumped up to a 95, 211 cams, high compression pistons with compression releases. That's video's getting ready to end here, so that's it. If you got any questions, throw them in the comments. Let that be a thing. All right, thanks.